ho, ho, ho.
Alright, welcome back to another review. It's me, Samuel. We're back with another fucking Christmas movie review. Yeah, this one's like, I think, a day or two after Christmas. You know, why not? It's still December. Why not do another Christmas review, you know? Even though the other one, The Wedding Singer, is not really a Christmas movie. It's about Adam Sandler singing at weddings and shit. And I really thought that movie was fucking funny. But anyways, yeah, like I said, The Wedding Singer fucking blows with Adam Sandler. That has to be like one of his worst movies in my opinion. I don't get what's so funny about it. It's just so fucking lame and gay. This right here, this shit is an underrated classic cartoon by Adam Sandler. And Adam Sandler, I mean, yeah, there's those fucking Hotel Transylvania movies, but that's for like mostly for like children and shit. This is like for like adults mostly. This is like PG-13, even though it feels like more of a rated R film than PG-13. I don't know if this movie would have been still really hilarious if it was rated R. Even though, like I said, this movie does feel like it's rated R more than PG-13. You know, there's no F-bombs in here or anything like that. But Adam Sandler doesn't do that many rated R films. Besides Bulletproof that came out in 1996 with Damon Wayans. I feel like that's like the only rated R film that he did. Oh, wait. I think That's My Boy is rated R, right? That's My Boy? Hold on a second real quick. That's My Boy. That's My Boy. I think That's My Boy is rated R. I forgot all about that fucking movie. Now that shit's fucking hilarious too. That's My Boy. That's another one that gets too much hate. Yeah, that's rated R. So he did at least like only like 2 movies that was rated R. Bulletproof and That's My Boy. That's like the only 2 he does is like rated R. But yeah, this movie gets a lot of hate and That's My Boy gets a lot of hate. But That's My Boy gets more hate than fucking 8 Crazy Nights for a lot of reasons. But I don't hate those movies. I don't hate these movies. I don't hate 8 Crazy Nights. And I don't hate That's My Boy. 8 Crazy Nights, I don't know why this movie gets a lot of hate for. I don't understand it. It tells a great story. It has great jokes. It's very funny. You know, I never understand the hate for this movie. I don't get it. The animation is fucking solid as hell. Like, the animation is fucking beautiful, man. It really is. It's like really fucking beautiful. And it's by like the same guys who did the Iron Giant movie. I'm not fucking around. This is the same people who created the Iron Giant. It's the same fucking people. So I had to look it up. I was like, holy shit, it's the same animators who did the Iron Giant did this fucking movie. That's fucking hilarious. Adam Sandler hired these people to do this cartoon movie for him and shit. That's actually fucking hilarious. I forgot what the company's name is called that did the Iron Giant and 8 Crazy Nights. It was called what the fucking, I gotta look it up here. I'm gonna go to Wikipedia here. Okay, so there it is. It's Warner Brothers Animation, and they defunct in 2003. So you're telling me this was their last movie they did? No, wait, hold on. Well, this is saying that fucking Warner Brothers Animation made the fucking movie, but I heard like some of the animators went from Warner Brothers Animation to work on, you know, 8 Crazy Nights. It says on like IMDb that like many animation fans have noted that the design style of the characters in 8 Crazy Nights is similar to the design style from Iron Giant. And it says that the majority of the animators that worked on this film were laid off from Warner Brothers Feature Animation, which produced the Iron Giant and Fox Animated Studios. So yeah, it was. So it is the same people who animated Iron Giant, animated 8 Crazy Nights. It's the same fucking people. That's fucking hilarious, dude. That really is, because it is the same animators that made this fucking raunchy fucking comedy. That's fucking hilarious. They went from fucking Iron Giant to 8 Crazy Nights, which, like I said, 8 Crazy Nights is a fucking classic, and this movie gets like way too much hate. Like, I don't get it. It was because the whole dirty jokes in here and shit? Is it because Adam Sandler's character is a fucking negative asshole? Well, the reason why he's a negative asshole is because he lost his parents in a car accident and whatnot, and that's why he's like that. Then Whitey came back to his life to help, you know, Davey, played by Adam Sandler, voiced by Adam Sandler, I mean, because this is a fucking cartoon movie. He came back into his life, you know, to help him change as a person, not let him go to jail, to help him stay out of trouble, you know, this and that. That's basically the whole movie's about, and people don't get that. And they should understand about it. I mean, it's not rocket science. That's the whole fucking movie's about. It's about fucking Whitey Duvall helping Davy change as a person. That's the whole movie's about. Yeah, there is a lot of, you know, crazy fucked up jokes in here and shit, which is fucking hilarious. I really find it hilarious. The shit that fucking Davy says and shit, you know, to Whitey and whatnot. You know, there's a lot of funny ass fucking jokes in here. So this whole movie starts off where this narrator, narrated by Rob Schneider, and he does a really good job narrating this movie. He does like a really pleasant job the way he narrates this film. And he talks about how Davy is a delinquent, he always gets himself in trouble, he's an alcoholic drunk, and he hates his life, he hates Christmas, his parents die in a car accident, you know, sorry, spoilers. That did happen though. This and that, you know. And it shows Davy is in this Chinese restaurant, you know, slurping down Chinese bowls, Chinese scorpion bowls. And this Chinese guy is voiced by Rob Schneider, which a lot of people get fucking butthurt about it. Even though Rob Schneider is part Asian, which I read about. He's part Asian, part Jewish. So I don't know why people get so butthurt about it. So, yeah. He's voicing this Chinese guy, which I thought that was pretty fucking hilarious. I can't stop fucking laughing every time I think of his fucking Chinese voice he does. You forgot to pay for this scorpion bowl! Like, that shit made me so laugh so fucking hard when he does a fucking Chinese voice and shit. Yeah, he was this Chinese restaurant guy. He was this waiter and shit. And fucking Davey, voiced by Adam Sandler, fucking burps at him and shit. It's just like a really loud lion burp. It was like the most funniest shit ever. And then, you know, he leaves the fucking the Chinese restaurant. He's like drunk and wasted. And he's trying to get into his car. He has like a hard time trying to put the key in the car. And the cops come by and they stop him from getting in the car. And they ask him, I hope you're not driving tonight, Stone. So then fucking Adam Sandler's fucking stupid. He started like kissing that car. He started humping it and shit. This was one cop is having a tear come out of his eye. And then the Chinese dude comes out and is like, he forgot to pay for his scorpion bowl. And Adam Sandler decides to run for it and get out of there right on top of a fucking garbage can. And he started singing and shit. And he kept fucking around with people in the neighborhood, in the city. You know, doing all this fucked up shit to them. Pull his pants down, fart in their face and shit. Like, what? Does that shit. Then he fucking crashes into this big ass fucking ice sculpture. He destroys that shit. And then he gets set to court. And now, you know, he's about to go to jail and shit. Until Whitey comes up. You know, he saves his ass. And fucking Whitey. Whitey has the most funniest fucking voice in this entire fucking movie, dude. This entire fucking movie, he has like the funniest fucking voice. This is not. This is what he sounds like. That's a technical foul! What are you doing? Like, that whole voice that fucking Sandler does with the old man is hysterical, man. It is fucking genius. The way he make this old man talk and shit. He has like one big foot and one little small foot and shit. It's like, this is like the funniest, one of the funniest characters in fucking Sandler. This is like one of the funniest characters Adam Sandler has ever came up with, dude. In my opinion, he's like one of the funniest characters he ever came up with. That fucking hilarious, iconic voice that he does for fucking Whitey. Besides Whitey, he also voiced Whitey's sister Eleanor, which that really surprises me because that does not sound like Adam Sandler at all. So I give him fucking 2 thumbs up for that also. It sounds like nothing like Adam Sandler when he does Eleanor's voice. I was like, he voices Eleanor and Whitey and Davy. He voiced like 3 characters in this movie. I was like, holy shit, man. That should make fucking laugh my ass off. He does Eleanor, Whitey, and Davy. Like I said, I was like very shocked when I looked it up about Adam Sandler voices Eleanor. I'm like, holy shit, he voiced Eleanor too? Like, he sounds like... I didn't know that was Adam Sandler until I looked it up. I was like, holy shit, he voiced Eleanor and Whitey. I was like, fuck, man. That shit made me laugh so hard when I looked that up that one time. Me and my sibling, man, We used to watch this shit over and over and over and over and over again on the fucking VHS tape. We watch this shit over and over again, man, until it fucking wear the fuck out. No joke. The thing, we watched it so many fucking times, the whole VHS tape wear the fuck out and stop working. The same thing with Ice Age. We watched that shit over and over and over again, and then that shit wear the fuck out. It stopped working. We watched it so many times just to stop fucking working. But anyways, let's go back to the story of the movie. So Whitey comes up to the court, and he say he's gonna take care of fucking Davey, help him change as a person, this and that. And like the fucking judge is like, how the fuck you gotta change this fucking guy? He's a fucking loser. So he decides to let Davey go one more time, and if this time he fails it again, he's gonna end up putting Davey in jail for 10 years in prison and shit like that. So Whitey decides to take Davey to the Jewish basketball game, which Davey used to play for all the time when he was a kid, which the judge mentioned also that he used to be a good kid playing basketball for the Jewish community of the basketball games and shit like that when he was like a kid. And like fucking Whitey and Davey were at the fucking in the back room, the locker room. Fucking Whitey's put on his jockstrap on his hairy ass, and Davey's making jokes about it. And fucking Whitey's doing his exercise routine, and Whitey asked if Davey has any exercise routines. So Davey decides to show it to him by flipping him off with his middle fingers. He started flipping him off 1, 2, 3, 4, which Whitey doesn't know that he's getting flipped off. In which that's what the narrator says about Whitey doesn't know that he's getting flipped off, and he doesn't know about what Viagra is or something. So they get on the basketball court. Whitey doesn't like that fucking Davey is referee in boots, so he tells him to take it off. And Davey's like, fine, I'll ref with my socks. So fucking Davey kicks off his boots, and one of the boots hit the guy with the fucking game time horn, and Davey applied with, I guess it's game time. So the game starts, and the kids are playing, and fucking Whitey struggles running down the court. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Whitey is a referee. He's been doing it for over a long time, since the 70s. When Davey was playing for the team and shit. He's been doing it for so long now. He's still doing it now. And he has a hard time walking and shit, you know. Going down, back and forth down the court. He's 70 years old. I mean, in the NBA, I think they still have like 70-year-old fucking referees now, I think. If I'm not mistaken. I mean, look at Greg Popovich. Even though he's not a fucking referee, he's like old as shit. And he's still fucking coaching. But anyways, he's running down the court back and forth, and then the foul happens because I think the fucking fat kid falls on the ground or something, and fucking Whitey tells Davey to blow the whistle. So you gonna blow the whistle? Okay. And he was like, foul on this kid for this kid eating everything in sight. Jelly jugs. Next time wear a bra before I come out of court. And the fat kid started crying and running off the court. And all the fucking the audience gets pissed off, and fucking Sailor dares them to throw shit at them, and they started throwing shit at them, and it hits the floor, and Whitey doesn't like that because it'll scratch his whole core up, and he started having a seizure. Here comes a seizure. And that was another hilarious part about the movie, when he started having seizures and shit. Which now you can't do that in this generation, because they get all butthurt if you have a character having a seizure or something. And he was having a seizure. He's like, ee! And fucking Davey's like, all right, everyone leave. Don't want to watch the old man die. That's what he said. And he was still making fun of that fat kid with his fat family, and fat kid's still crying and shit. And Whitey's like, I want to see you in my office. And next thing you know, they're at the mall, and Davey's like, why the hell we're at the mall? And fucking Davey's telling, not Davey, Whitey was telling him this and that about Foot Locker, doing all these weird rhymes and whatnot. And fucking Davey questions him about it. He was like, I have no idea, Whitey says. Next thing you know, they're sitting at the table, and they talk about this and that, you know. And then fucking Jennifer comes by, with her kid Benjamin, and she gives Whitey a sugar-free donut, and fucking Whitey goes crazy about it. And he enjoys it really good, and fucking Davy was fucking Whitey was like to tell Benjamin to talk to Davy about what he got for Christmas or something. Davy makes a fucking insult to Benjamin about a giant monster taking a dump on his bed or something, and Jennifer calls him a psycho, and then she walks away with Benjamin. Then, like, while Jennifer's walking away, Davy says that she got a nice ass, and then fucking Whitey is like, technical foul, you don't talk about a woman like that. And then Whitey told a story about Jennifer, the whole thing about her husband cheated on her with this girl he met online, and now she moved back to the town to be sell bakery and shit with her son Benjamin, and now she's single, which Davy applied like, oh, now she's single now, huh? And he fucking what's his name? Whitey's like, well, you blew your shot 20 years ago, and he was like, is that Jennifer Freeman? He was like. And Whitey's like, I'm surprised you still have any brain cells left in your head. And they started this flashback with, you know, when they were kids and playing basketball with each other, Davy and Jennifer. And it showed Whitey has like an afro and shit in the 70s, like his big ass fro. He was still old back then too. And like Davy applies with that. I don't know if you're more goofy back then or now. He was saying. And then they ran up to the mayor of the town, and the mayor is voiced by Kevin Nealon, which you remember him from other Adam Sandler movies. They ran up to him, and this fucking passion show, or what was it called? No, not passion show. Something about Whitey wants to win this thing, want to win this patch or something like that for working hard and this and that, being a referee and whatnot. He wanted to win it for so long, and he talked to Mayor about it, you know. And fucking Davey makes the joke to the Mayor about furry underwear or something like that, and this old lady called him gross. And they walk away, and Whitey's telling Davey about winning the patch, and he was like, why can't I win a fucking patch? He told him. And he started singing about it. Whitey started singing about it, and Davey's like, can we go home already? And so they get in the car. Fucking Davey's eating some fucking brittle or something like that. Some candy brittle shit. Cookie brittle. And fucking Whitey's asking about it. Asking, you know, I don't remember you buying that brittle. And Davey applied with, or maybe because I stole it. And then fucking Whitey has another seizure again. Yee! And fucking like... Davey's like, easy seizure, boy. And he stops the car. He was like, alright, that's it. I had enough of this shit. He was telling him. And Whitey, like, threatened to call the cops on fucking Davey. And Davey's like, go right ahead. I'll be on a bus out of here in no time. I ain't spending no prison time. He was telling him this and that. And fucking Whitey's like, I'll take it in myself. Just because I'm short doesn't mean I can take you in. And fucking like Davey's like, oh, I didn't know that you're short. He started like bouncing like a basketball and shit. He's like, put me down. And fucking Whitey tells him get out of his car, and Davey's like, oh, you want to walk 10 feet? Because I'm at my house already, idiot. And so he gets out of the car, and fucking Whitey threatens him about slammer time and shit. But Whitey can't get out of the snow he's stuck in. He's trying to drive out of the snow, but his car's stuck. So he rolls his window down and tells Davey, can you help him out? And this and that. Fucking Davey mocks him and shit. He was like, shut up! Slams the door. And he goes back inside his trailer. And fucking Whitey's pissed off. Fucking Sandler is in his house drinking booze. Hanukkah comes on TV. He's like, boo! Unplugs his TV, and he hears Whitey struggling outside. He was like laughing at him and shit. He's like, ha 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 ha. And then these reindeers come to help him out, help Whitey out, get out of the snow. Whitey goes home to his sister Eleanor, and she got a funny ass voice too. Don't get me wrong, she's pretty funny in this movie too. She wears like wigs and shit. She talks all weird. She's like, She talks like really fucking weird. Her voice is hard to do. I can't do her voice. I can do Whitey, but I can't do her voice though. She talks like mad weird. And fucking Whitey's telling her about the past and shit, you know. Oh yeah, the fucking other part, fucking like Davey who's like telling Whitey, "Nice patching with you, Patchy. I'll see you patching later." Like that part was fucking hilarious when you tell him that. When he left the car. You call him a pirate. Even before, he called him a leprechaun and shit. He called him a furry elf later on. He called him all these names. Make fun of their little feet and shit. Oh my god, this movie's so fucked up, but it's fucking hilarious. I don't care what anyone said. This shit is a fucking underrated classic, man. Everything's so fucking hilarious in this movie. It gets better and better, too. So, next thing you know, Whitey decides to get a job to pay the bills in the house for him and Eleanor, his sister. He was fixing this Christmas tree while these other workers will watch him fix this tree. He falls down, goes inside his Christmas present, and they started making fun of him. He said, look at that, it's a jackass in a box. And they can make fun of him and shit. I mean, that is sad to make fun of him and whatnot, you know. And Whitey asks, is there anything else I could do for you guys? And you can clean the shit out of those toilets for $1. And he fucking Whitey doesn't mind doing it. So Whitey started hosing these restrooms down. Davey comes out after puking in one of the stalls, and fucking Whitey makes fun of him. Davey shoves his ass in the fucking the toilet potty thing, and he pushes him down to the fucking hill, and he crashes into this tree. He comes out covered in shit, which I thought was fucking hilarious. And fucking Davey comes down with a water hose. Is like, all right, I gotta fucking spray you off because of health reasons. So he sprays him off. And Whitey's doing that fucking that scream again. Yee! And fucking what's his name? Whitey freezes in a fucking the shit in the ice. And fucking Davey's like, he's a poopsicle and shit. Fucking Whitey calls him a degenerate, and he's like, I know I am. And the reindeers come by again, and the reindeers lick come out of the icicle, and their teeth covered in shit, which I thought was fucking hilarious too. This whole fucking movie, I swear to God, I can't stop fucking laughing at this shit. I still watch this shit over and over again as an adult too, man. It's just like non-stop laughing. Oh my fucking God. I wish there's more fucking adult animated comedies like this movie. I just wish there's more movies like this. As an adult animated film full of dirty fucking jokes that do it fucking right. Because these other movies like Sausage Party, that shit fucking sucks. They did it fucking wrong with that shit. It's an adult animated movie, but they fucked it up. The jokes were stale as fuck. When you go into the movie like 10 minutes in the movie, it already fucking sucks. Like, I don't know what they were doing in that movie. Maybe because it was by Seth Rogen or something, which it is. You got Seth Rogen and his boys in there, and it's just not funny at all. It's really awful. The jokes were painfully bad. The animation sucks. This right here has beautiful animation, funny ass jokes, great story. I just wish there's more adult animated comedies like 8 Crazy Nights. I just wish there's more of them like that, but there's not. There's not that many of them that actually are fucking good. Most adult animated comedy movies suck fucking balls. Sausage Fest sucks balls. No, not Sausage Fest. Sausage Party. Sausage Party sucks fucking balls. It's a goddamn shame, dude. It really fucking is. So, like, the next scene is where Whitey invites Davey to this basketball game, to watch this basketball game. Fucking Davey refuses to fucking watch it, but fucking Whitey applies with, I'm gonna tell the cop about the whole peanut brittle incident, what happened with that. So he decides to go on a fucking rat at him. He was like, fuck it, I'll stay. And also Benjamin's there, so he's like, the night's definitely gonna stay. So he stayed throughout the whole game, and fucking Whitey explained about the basketball game and shit. And fucking Davey was talking shit about the guys on the court, saying, I can beat these fucking clowns. And these guys like, all right, I'd like to see you try. This like big, doofy, retarded looking motherfucker. He looks like he'd be Riku's brother or something like that from Dragon Ball Z. He was like betting on fucking Davey. He was like, a drunk and a midget, I can beat these fucking guys. with his fucking long-haired biker-looking dude, and they decide to play without shirts on and shit. And fucking Adam Sandler looks like he's like buff as shit in this fucking movie. I'm like, why is he so fucking buff? Like, Adam Sandler's not buff in real life. Back in 2002, he wasn't fucking buff. Maybe in 2002, he was like in somewhat type of shape. But I don't know, because like in this movie, I'm like, come on, he doesn't look like that in real life. He's not ripped like that in real life. So yeah, the plain shirtless, fucking Whitey looks like a fucking orangutan. He's so fucking hairy. He's like hairy like a fucking monkey and shit. And fucking Davey replies with, "Okay, Fuzzy Wuzzy," passing the ball. He's like dribbling the ball and shit. He's taking forever to shoot the ball and dribble it down. He was like dribbling it down the court. He's trying to shoot it, but this big motherfucker, bam, slaps the fucking ball into his face and knocks him the fuck out. And fucking what's his name? Like I said, Davey walks up to him. He was like, "Are you dead, old man?" And he was just fucked up. He was like daydreaming and shit now. So then he's like, "All right, he's useless." So you gotta get the other kid now. You get Benjamin in there, and fucking it's like, "Oh, so you replace a midget with a spaz?" Oh yeah, also fucking Sandler bets that if they lose, that dude got to put the jock strap in his mouth and chew on it. And like it cuts to this big fat guy with this fucking sweatiest ass cheeks, and it's like had his fucking jock strap in his ass and shit. It is like nasty. This part right here is definitely one of my favorite parts of the movie. The whole basketball game. That shit was funny as fuck. The whole bet shit with the whole jock strap in the guy's mouth and shit. That shit was so fucking hilarious. Even the big fat guy is fucking hilarious. The way he talks. Why are you doing that? Why are you that in your mouth? The way he fucking talks is fucking retarded. It is fucking hilarious though. So like the whole game, fucking Davey keeps punking these motherfuckers in the basketball and shit. You know, keeps tricking them and shit. Throws the ball in the guy's face and shit. And they keep fucking it up in the game, the other side of the team. And this big dude is getting pissed off. He's like, "Arr!" He was like, about to turn into the Incredible Hulk or something. Like, this dude was like getting pissed. It was like fucking hilarious how bad he was fucking getting, too. He was like, I was laughing my ass off. He's about to turn into the Hulk. And they don't fucking lose it anyways. And fucking, he tells Benjamin to say these words and shit. He was like, "Enjoy that nut strap, biatch." And the mother was there. She was like, "Benjamin!" She comes in and shit. And like, he's like, "Ah, shit, he's in fucking trouble now." And fucking, she was like mad at fucking Davey for that shit. Like the whole fucking scene is hilarious. And it cuts to the big dude has the jock strap in his mouth. He was like, blah, blah, his fucking mouth is like chewing on it. The guy's like, "Why are you doing that?" Like that whole fucking scene. That whole fucking scene was fucking hilarious. That whole fucking scene in the movie, man. That definitely was one of the best parts of the movie. And then it cuts to fucking Sandler is driving a car with Whitey in the passenger seat, and he was talking about Jennifer. Jennifer's in her car with Benjamin. She was talking about Davey, and they started singing and shit, which I thought that the whole musical scene there was pretty beautiful. I really enjoyed that scene when they're singing and shit. And the parts with Whitey, he's talking about, "I never had sex before," or something like that, but he said he had sex on the phone or something like that. He said all this weird shit when he was sleeping. It was like fucking hilarious. And turns out fucking Sandler's trailer is on fire, and this guy still has the fucking jock strap in his mouth. He's still chewing on it. I'm like, this dude like ball sack in his mouth that much or something? Like, is this dude fucking gay? He still had the fucking jock strap in his mouth. He's still chewing on it and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this guy's like gay for that fat dude or something. I'm like, what the fuck? He's like ball sack in his mouth. He still had his mouth chewing on it. I was like, what the fuck? So he set the dude's fucking trailer on fire. He was still chewing on the jock strap in his mouth, and Sandler doesn't even see the guy. Davey doesn't even see the guy setting the house on fire. The guy just runs away, and Davey doesn't even see him. And Davey decides to go inside that trailer real quick to get that car that his mom and dad gave him, and his whole trailer burned down to the ground. Whitey decides to offer him to come stay with him. So yeah, Whitey decides to invite Davey to his house with his sister Eleanor, which, you know, Davey refuses in the first place, and then he had no choice but to change his mind because he had nowhere else to stay. So he decides to stay in the house with them, and fucking Whitey decides to tell him all about the rules, this and that, the whole technical foul song, which is another best part of the movie. That's the technical foul! A technical foul! Tell him all this and that, don't do this, don't do that, you know, and fucking... The whole song is fucking hilarious. The whole fucking song is fucking hilarious. I like most of the musicals in this movie. They're beautiful in this movie. Not all of them. I don't like all of them. I like most of them in this movie. The Technical Foul song, the one with Davey and Jennifer were singing. I like that one. I like the one with Bum Biddy Biddy. We'll get to that soon. But yeah, I like most of the musicals in this movie. And that's weird because I don't really like musicals that much. Only in 8 Crazy Nights or The Blues Brothers. Like, that's the only musicals I like. Everybody else sucks balls. But anyways, yeah, so Davey ends up liking fucking Whitey and Eleanor. He ends up liking them. You know, he ends up joining their company after a while. He ends up actually starting to change, you know, because Whitey and Eleanor actually help him change as a person. And then they go to the skating pond, and fucking Eleanor thinks she start cutting the corn dog with a stick, not a stick, with a knife. But fucking Davey tells him you're supposed to eat the fucking corn dog off the stick. So she was like, oh, okay. And then fucking cuts to Whitey doing these ice skating moves. I'm like, damn, Whitey knows how to do everything. He does the ref, he does the ice skate and shit. He knows how to do everything. Like, what the fuck? How did he get the patch award yet? But fucking Davey did put the envelope for him, and he actually does want him to win. I'm like, how does this dude not get a patch? All the shit that Whitey does is like crazy. This guy's like fundamental as fuck. He does everything. He does know how to ref. He knows how to ice skate and shit. Like, what the fuck? This guy knows everything. And all of a sudden they decide to tell us the sad story about Davey's life and stuff like that when he was a kid. What happened to him? About the whole thing about him losing his parents in this car accident and shit. Davey gets pissed off as he tells him to stop telling the story and shit. And he gets pissed off. He starts shouting at them and shit. And he takes Eleanor's fucking wig off and he's like, you're bald. He tosses it and fucking lands on the Chinese dude's head. Voiced by Rob Schneider, which I thought was pretty funny. So that happens and fucking Davey, he's not gonna live there anymore. And it cuts to the scene where fucking Davey's drunk as hell. He goes inside the fucking the mall, breaking shit, throwing a beer bottle at, and acting stupid. And all these animation things comes to life and talks to him and shit. Makes him, you know, help him cry, let his feelings out and shit, which he does. Because he opens the card and he starts crying and shit. And then the cops comes in and catch him in the mall acting like a drunk asshole. And then they try to arrest him, but then they fucked up because Davey puts them in the cuffs. And he runs out and he goes to the patch. And he tried to look through the window, but the reindeer stop him. And he was like, look, if I wedgie myself, would you let me look into that window? And they're like, all right, sure. So he ends up giving himself a wedgie. And he lets him look through there. And he actually goes inside to talk to the people about... Because Whitey lost the patch once again, and he was sad. He went home depressed. Well, he didn't go home. He has to go in the mall also, but we will get to that soon. So, and then, you know, Adam Sandler, well, he wants to talk to everybody about Whitey, and the cops won't want to arrest him because the whole thing with the whole mall shit. But Denver says to let him talk, so he starts talking. He starts singing and shit with the whole Bum Biddy Biddy song. And tells him about how he was an asshole to Whitey, and all these other people tell everybody how they were assholes to Whitey and shit. And they start doing that song, bum biddy 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 bum bum, bum biddy 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 bum. That was fucking hilarious too. The Chinese guy was like shirtless, and they're like to do that dancing move and shit. That should be like a fucking a traditional dance for Christmas. The Bum Biddy Biddy song. Bum Biddy 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 Bum Bum. Bum Biddy 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 Bum. And now they all feel bad for Whitey and decide they all go to the mall where Whitey's at. Well, Whitey's there by himself with Eleanor. He's like depressed and shit. And Davey shows up there first, and then with the mayor. Oh yeah. Speaking of which, I forgot the other guy. He's voiced by John Lovitz. He's this dude with this fucking this pirate hook hand and shit. And like fucking Davy's like, I wonder if he wiped his ass with the wrong hand. And John Lovitz is like, yes, which I thought was pretty fucking hilarious. He actually won the 35th annual patch, and you know he ends up giving it to fucking Whitey at the end because the mayor snatches it off of him. He was like, ow. And fucking he gives it to fucking Whitey, and fucking Whitey takes it, and he was like happy as fuck. And all these other people giving it to him too. All these other people up there, up high and shit, give him the patches and stuff like that. And this chick was like 3 titties and shit, which I thought was pretty fucking hilarious. This bitch got like 3 titties, and she's like taking off her titties and shit, the patches and stuff. And Whitey has a seizure about it. He's like, "This is the happiest moment of my life." That was like the best ending. And fucking Davy and Jennifer are happy with each other now, with the kid and stuff like that. So pretty solid ending, really enjoyable ending, really beautiful ending. You know, Whitey deserves it. He did a lot for a lot of people, and they treat him like he's a piece of shit, which that was pretty fucked up. Like, why he doesn't deserve all that shit? So yeah, beautiful ending. You know, like I said, this movie gets too much fucking hate. The movie ends up positive at the end, and people still give it hate for some reason. And this is a pretty short fucking movie. It's only like an hour and 19 minutes, which I thought was like an hour and a half, which is not an hour and a half. It's only an hour and 19 minutes. I was like, wow, this is a pretty short fucking movie. I thought it was longer than that, which it wasn't. Let me look at IMDb real quick here. Davy is based on a picture of Adam Sandler when he was 19. That's interesting. Davy's parents are voiced by Adam Sandler's parents, Stan Sandler and Judith Sandler. Well, that's not surprising because he had his wife voice Jennifer, so. The first PG-13 rated film to receive a Kids' Choice Awards nomination. What? This movie's not really for kids. I mean, I know it's PG-13, but this movie's mostly for like fucking adults. All that shit they say in this fucking movie, I wouldn't say it's for fucking kids. This is mostly an adult film, to be fair. Yeah, and the thing is, he also voiced fucking the Deers, Adam Sandler. He also voices the fucking Deers besides, you know, Davy, Whitey, Eleanor. He voices the Deers also. He does like a lot of fucking voices in this movie. He does like 4 voices in this movie. So, like, I still don't understand why this movie gets so much hate. I don't get it. Like, what is so bad about this fucking movie? It's fucking hilarious. It has great fucking jokes. It has a beautiful musicals in here. You know, beautiful animation. But anyways, you guys, if you haven't seen this movie, you're missing fucking out. You definitely fucking missing out. You gotta watch this fucking shit. This shit's fucking hilarious. It's definitely an underrated comedy. Definitely an underrated comedy holiday film. It's definitely like at least my top 5 favorite Adam Sandler films. Definitely. With fucking Big Daddy and Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison. It's definitely up there with those. It's definitely top 5. Like I said, I don't get the hate for this movie. I don't get it. It's just fucking hilarious. It has like a great story and beautiful musicals in there. But anyways, that's it for this fucking bullshit review. Also, this is a 20th anniversary of this film. This came out in 2002, and now it's 2022. Yeah, this is definitely a 20th anniversary film. Definitely. Who wouldn't celebrate this fucking movie, man? Who wouldn't?
It's radical!